How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Well, Donald Trump, in the last couple of days of this campaign, is deliberately ignoring what his advisors are advising him about what to do to win this election. And he is doing some things that are, I don't know. I mean, he's got his rallies that are going on where people are leaving. They show up, he says a few words, just a few minutes into his 2-hour speech or 3-hour speech, however long he goes, and people are heading for the exits. I mean, this is the same guy who just said that in order for somebody to take a shot at him, they would have to shoot through the fake news, and that would be all right with him. This is the same guy who is talking about, he's going to protect the women whether they like it or not. Yeah, well, women, to paraphrase Tim Waltz, the women are going to vote whether you like it or not. So, he's out there still just rambling on about nonsense. His closing message doesn't make any sense. He's still going on about Hannibal Lecter and whatnot. Well, I do the weave. Dude, you don't know anything about weaving. That's whatever, man. Whatever. You're going out there talking about how, well, the only way they can win is if they cheat, and they're cheating already. And, you've been whining about the election for months, saying the exact same things that you said months in advance of the 2020 election and months in advance of the 2016 election. Oh, yeah, and leading up to every single primary. I mean, the dude wanted a do-over in the Iowa caucuses in 2016 because Ted Cruz won the caucuses. Never mind that the Iowa caucuses very rarely determine the nominee of the party. It just doesn't happen very often. And I know this because I'm from Iowa. I've attended caucuses before. And, sometimes I support the nominee and sometimes not. But yeah, I mean, he's going on about how we're going to have a 1929 style crash if Kamala Harris is elected. And the markets are doing good because they think he's going to win, right? Yeah. But we're going to have a 1929 style crash if she wins. I got a question. What happened to that 1929 style crash that was going to happen when Biden was elected? What happened to that one? Oh yeah, that's right. That didn't happen. The markets are doing well. There's no indication, no matter who wins, that the markets are going to crash. I mean, this guy is out there. I mean, he's used every trope in the book pretty much against Kamala. But that's to be expected. That's what he does. She's lazy. Lazy? Why? Because she does short rallies and goes on to the next location? Because you don't need to speak for 2 hours to get your point across. Especially when you're just going on and you just sound so low energy, and it's going to be the worst that we have ever seen, the likes of which nobody has ever seen before. And if she would, dude sounds like he's just tired and doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want the job. He wants to stay out of prison. By the way, he has sentencing coming up later this month in that New York case where he was convicted. He has other trials pending. Yeah. And he is not making a good closing argument at all. She's terrible, and we're going to deport everyone. That's the extent of his message. That's the extent. He has no vision. He speaks nothing about policy other than mass deportations. That's the only policy that he's bringing up. The only one. I mean, he's not even bringing up, well, all right, he is talking about tariffs, which, yeah, tariffs have never, been economically devastating for this country, have they? No, that's never been a bad thing, right? Sure. Maybe if you go back 100 years or look over that, you'll see that, you know what, maybe tariffs aren't such a good idea. But, what they say about, those who don't learn from history, or actually he didn't even, it's not that he didn't learn from history, he didn't learn history to learn from. Okay, so this guy, he's out there, he's whining, he's still pointing out the fake news, whole lot of fake news, and I've got the best rallies and the best rallies and the biggest crowds, and nobody ever leaves my rallies. And I don't know if you've seen this video, but as he is talking about his crowd sizes and how people are packed into every arena and there's never an empty seat, I don't know if you've seen this, but there was a cameraman that was trained on him as he was saying that, and that cameraman decided to pan around and show all the empty seats. Now, when you go around this side, yeah, it's pretty full, but when you get up into the upper level, it's empty, but all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that, right? Political rally, you might not have people way up there, right? But you pan around the back, and there's some empty seats right there, all right, but, you give them the benefit of the doubt on that. That's a few empty seats, right? But then you get back over here, nobody. You got like 4 people. And you come over here, and again, same thing. 4 or 5 people in a section, right? And people heading for the exits. It's like, nope, forget it, I'm out. And we're talking, not just 2 or 3 people heading for the exits. We're talking dozens, maybe even hundreds. Walking out as he is speaking, as the cameraman is showing completely empty sections, the whole upper level is completely empty. And then you show a Kamala Harris rally at the exact same venue, packed. Just absolutely packed, including the upper level. So, I don't know. Look, here's the deal. He doesn't want the job. He doesn't want it. I mean, he knows that he can't do it. He knows that he was terrible the first time around. He is a showman, and that's it. And he's not even a good showman anymore. Really. Do not let him back into that White House. Especially when, where he really belongs is the big house. I'll see you next time.